Hope you're all keeping well. Sinéad Delahunty here from the Delicious Food Vlog. So I'm taking over the Glennisk account tonight. Delighted to partner up with Glennisk to offer you some of, I suppose, more of my physiotherapy skills. So many of you might know me from my food vlog called Delicious, where I share lots of my tasty creations and get to join up with Glennisk in the kitchen. You'll find definitely a couple of my recipes on their website. So this evening I'm going more with my physiotherapy slant. So what we're going to be focusing on this evening is mobility and flexibility. So definitely I know loads of you are out exercising, which is absolutely fantastic. Our bodies are designed to move, so I'm absolutely thrilled to see so many people out and about. But a big thing that can happen, particularly maybe when you don't have as much structure as you might normally have around your exercise habit, is you might begin to overdo things. And this is certainly something we're seeing in emergency departments at the moment, a lot of overuse injuries. And that often comes through a number of things, just inadequate recovery, maybe not as much flexibility as maybe you could have in your body. And then the other thing is not enough rest. So really for recovery, the 5 principles is rest. So that's literally sleeping, refueling really well with protein, carbohydrate sources. Glennisk obviously have a number of really good products, including their milk and their high protein yogurts to build in to your diet. Then the other 3 cornerstone things is restoring your breath, restoring your movement and your flexibility, and then maximizing all of those energy stores so you're ready to go by rehydrating your body as well. So that's what we're going to focus on this evening for a 15 to 20 minute stretching routine. Definitely eating well, definitely culinary Kelton there, definitely eating well is really important for the body as well. So all you need is literally just a mat. I have my mat out here in the garden. Patch of grass will be perfect if you have that in your garden, or else just a nice comfy carpet or rug will do the trick. So really don't need that else, just yourself and just a little bit of space. If you have people in the house with you, housemates, family members, get them out. Really, flexibility is for everyone, all age groups. Really, really important. Definitely as we age and as we get older. A couple of my friends, they're not that old at all, but they're saying, oh my god, I'm getting so stiff and sore. And definitely a lot of people who are used to running on grass and might be doing a lot more road running at the moment are finding a big change in the surface. So that's something to be mindful of as well. If you can run on grass, do, or else trail surfaces, they'll definitely help just reduce the impact on the body. We're going to work through a number of different stretches. They're all available for any kind of ability level, any flexibility level, but there's 5 main ones that I focus on every day. And I have worked with Glennisk on these previously. So some of you might have this card at home already. If you have, do dust it off. If you don't use it that often, if you use it daily, brilliant, well done. We're going to be running through a range of those stretches with a couple more. Don't worry if you don't have it already, you can get access to it on the Glennisk website, and there's a couple more articles up there that I've written for Glennisk and a couple more coming up today as well, both on injury prevention, maximising your performance, and all about stretching really as well. So definitely check out the Glennisk website for a couple more kind of ideas just on maximizing your ability as every type of an athlete. Like, we're not elite, but that's how we should be training our bodies really as elite athletes. So if everyone's good to go, just give me a couple of thumbs up and we'll get cracking. If you're outdoors and it's a bit windy like where I am and you're a little bit chilly, pop on a jumper. We're obviously not going to be getting the heart rate up too much, but definitely when you're stretching, it's important to stay warm. It'll just allow the body to relax and really stretch that a little bit more. Just a quick question there, exercising post-workout. How important is exercise pre-workout? So definitely in terms of stretching, really important afterwards to allow the body to cool down and then increase your flexibility stores. Before exercise, what you want to really do is just get the body warmed up. Yeah, I got that from the question. You're all right. So really, before exercise, you just want to get the heart rate going, get your body warmed up, get the blood pumping, get oxygen driving throughout the body. Whereas then after exercise, that's the time really to focus on your stretching, on your flexibility work. Okay, so I think we'll get cracking. I'm getting a little bit cold here in the wind. So as I said, just jump onto your mat. I'm just going to bring this a little bit closer. If you're out in the grass, just stretch out, or just if you're in the comfort of your own carpet in your bedroom, perfect, that'll be great. So we're just going to start by just standing up, and we're going to focus on our breath. Okay, so just have one hand over your tummy and then the other hand on the chest. Where we want to focus our breath is actually down into our tummies. So this is where all our big respiratory muscles lie, in our abdomen and across our diaphragm under our rib cage. So we're just going to begin by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and a nice deep breath out through the mouth. Back in again into the nose and back out through the mouth. Into the nose again. You should find that the lower hand really kind of swells out like a balloon, and as you breathe out, that hand draws all the way in. So just from the side, you'll be able to see that again. My hand really swelling out like a balloon and then dropping all the way back in as I breathe out again. So just one more in this position. And then breath out. As I said, these are our respiratory muscles, so they actually need to be stretched and worked as well, just as much as every other muscle in the body. Where we're going to go from this position is just reaching all the way up and a nice big breath in. And breath out, drawing the hands to the sides, bringing the chin to the chest. And again, reaching the hands out to the sides, looking up towards the ceiling, looking up to the hands, breath in. And breath out, swoop that hands down, chin to the chest. Reaching out, looking up, sending the air all the way up towards the ceiling. And then breath out, looking down towards your toes, chin to your chest. Once more, breathing in, reaching right up. Sending yourself up onto your tippy toes as well. A couple of wobbles is absolutely fine. Lowering down your heels, bring your chin to your chest, bring your hands down to your sides. Once more, reaching all the way up, pushing up onto those tippy toes again. And then bringing those hands down as you breathe out, bringing the chin to the chest. Just coming back to the center. This time where we're going to go is just placing the hands down the front of the thighs. So we're going to start the movement at our chin, dropping our chin to our chest and lowering our hands all the way down, reaching towards our toes as far as is comfortable. For here, that might be enough. Just allow a little soft bend into the knees if it's too tight into the back of your hamstrings. Or otherwise, then you're bringing the hands as far as you can down towards the ground. So again, just taking a big deep breath in here. And breath out, just rolling ourselves back up, sliding our hands, keeping our chin tucked in. So that's going to be the last thing to lift. Rolling the shoulders back and down, looking straight ahead. Take a nice big deep breath in. Again, just drop that chin to the chest, rolling forward, sliding the hands, keeping the hands in contact with the thighs as you roll all the way down towards your toes. Again, just soften those knees. Again, this time just take a nice big deep breath in to wherever is comfortable for you. And breath out again, tucking the chin to the chest, really tucking our tailbone under as we straighten up our spine. So just moving with that breath. Again, send the shoulder blades down, look straight ahead. Again, just take a nice big deep breath in. And breath out, just lower that chin to the chest. Let's roll forwards and down. Again, just this time you might find you can go a little bit further. Brilliant. You're just really getting into the stretch. There's no tension in the neck. So a couple of shakes of the head, no. And a couple of nods of the head, yes. Sliding the hands back up, tucking that tail all the way under. And once more, come back to the top. Last time in this position, so take a nice big deep breath in. And just again, rolling all the way down. Sliding the hands, keeping contact with the legs. Coming all the way down towards the ground. And this time, just place your hands flat onto the mat. And what you want to do is step backwards. So you're just stepping back into kind of like a V shape. So just allowing your head to drop through. Your gaze is looking towards your toes. Again, just soften your knees. So you have a nice bend in the knees. So taking all the tension off the backs of the legs, and you should feel like stretch up from literally fingertips all the way up through the top of your body. Plant all your fingertips into the mat so that you're getting a nice good stretch. This time we're just going to pedal the ankles out, so as if you're doing a calf stretch. Again, just stay with your breath as well, so breathing into the nose and out through the mouth. So just get a nice stretch into the calves, both sides. Place the two heels down, and this time just push up onto your toes and placing your heels back down. Heels up, heels down, heels up, and heels down, just twice more like this. Again, just move with your breath, so breath in and breath out. Breath in up onto your toes, and breath out, place the heels down. In this position then next, what we're going to do is drop the knees out to the sides. Good. Coming up just to sit up nice and tall. So you have your bottom right down onto your heels, and your knees are out nice and wide. From this position then next, we're just going to begin by walking the hands forward. Oh, sorry, now hopefully you can see me. So you just begin by walking the hands forward. You want to keep your bottom in as much contact with your heels as you can, and just really stretching out those hands in front. And this far enough might be enough for you, that's fine. Just allow the head to be nice and relaxed. No tension on it. Couple again, little nods or shakes the head. Otherwise, if you can, lengthen the hands out further and allow your chest to come through. If you can, just get your forehead down off that mat as well, and just really stretch out. Again, focusing on that breath. If you're up in the more higher position, you might find with a couple more breaths, you can get down a little bit lower. That's brilliant, but just make sure that you're still keeping your heels in contact with your bottom or as close as you can. So again, just 2 more breaths in this position. Big breath into the nose and breath out. 1 more breath in and breath out. This time again, just press through the fingers, bring the knees into the center. So you're coming to a tabletop position. So you've got your hips fully under your knees and your hands under your chest, under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under or keep the feet flat, wherever is most comfortable for you. If you've reduced movement in your ankles, you might find just tucking the toes under is a little bit more comfortable. Next of all, in this position, where we're going to is we're going into our cat or camel, if anyone knows that movement already. Otherwise, just keep your gaze towards the ground. What I want to do is tuck your tailbone under, reach your spine all the way up towards the ceiling, and then finally allow your head to look all the way down to your thighs. So you're really grounding through your fingertips, feet flat, or otherwise tucked under if it's more comfortable for you, and you're just pressing up through those knees as well. Nice big deep breath in this position, and then breath out as we move. So we're allowing our hips to roll forward, allowing your tummy to drop through, and then your chest coming through your both sides of your arms. So you're looking straight ahead, or else if you have tightness in the neck, just looking down at the ground is perfect. Otherwise, looking straight ahead. And then again, take a nice big deep breath in. And then breath out, tucking your bum all the way under, rounding your tailbone, rounding up through the spine, and then finally chest and chin looking down to your thighs. Hold in this position again, nice big deep breath in. And then deep breath out, rolling in the opposite direction. So try and move bone by bone in our spine. We've loads of little bones called vertebrae that make up our spine. So really important that each one of those moves individually. Again, nice big deep breath in and breath out again as we round up through our spine and finally chin comes towards the chest and looking through our thighs. Once more in both directions. So nice big deep breath in and breath out as we move in the opposite direction again. Finally, chest comes through and we look straight ahead. Once more, deep breath in and breath out as we move, finally rounding the spine back up towards the ceiling. Really pressing down through those hands. Really get that nice kind of angry cat shape in the spine. And then just last time coming back to where we started, just a nice flat back. Again, widen the knees out to the sides, bring your feet together, and then come back into that position where we had the chest coming forwards. So again, just focusing on your breath. Again, if you're up here to start, you might find you can actually come down a little bit lower, and that's brilliant. That's why you've created that space in the body. So just 3 more breaths in this position. Again, just focusing on that breath in through the nose and breath out through the mouth. Just pressing through the hands, lifting the chest forward, bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and just let's press up into that downward dog position that some of you will be familiar from yoga. So your heels are pressing down against soft knees, so a little bit of bounce in the legs and really pressing back through the arms, getting that nice V shape in the whole body. Where you're going from here next is just press up onto your tippy toes and just walk your toes towards your fingertips. Once you come into this position, come to wherever is comfortable, just hang like a rag doll. Take a nice deep breath in. And then breath out again, slide the hands up to the thighs, then roll up towards the top. Take a nice deep breath in and reach up towards the ceiling. Again, push up onto those tippy toes. A couple little wobbles is absolutely fine. And then again, just widen those hands out to the side. Once more, take a nice big deep breath in, looking up towards the ceiling, pushing up onto those tippy toes. And then again, just drawing that chin to the chest, sliding the hands down towards your toes. And this time just come onto the ground. I'm just going to scoot my mat over a little bit. So you're just lying fully down onto the ground this time. What I want you to do is be able to touch your heels with your fingers. Okay, and then just widen your feet so that they're hip distance apart. Where we're going to go to next then is just bring your hands onto your abdomen. And what you want to do is just be able to feel your hip bones either side and just allow your fingertips drop into the center and your thumbs to connect towards your belly button. Just moving your pelvis then forwards and backwards. So where you'll feel here is that my fingertips are lower and then my thumbs are higher. We're going the opposite direction then, flattening your low back into the spot, into the mat ground. Your thumbs drop down, your fingertips raise. So again, just moving both directions with your breath, going forwards and backwards. It's a nice position as well if you're outside looking up at the sky, just take it all in. A couple little clouds floating by. Really nice position to be in. Just let all your cares or worries just disappear for a couple of minutes. So again, just focus in on the breath. Once more, both directions, dropping the fingertips forward and then allowing the thumbs to lower down. Come back towards the center where your fingertips are level. Bring your hands down by your sides. And what we want to do is flatten that low back into the mat and then slowly raise the spine up off the mat. So we're reaching kind of into a bridge position where our spine is nice and straight. And there's a straight line formed from your hips to your knees and then to your shoulders in both directions. Holding this position, breath in and then breath out, lowering from the top down. So placing your ribs down, then your upper back, lower back, and then finally your pelvis and your hips. Allow your back to naturally arch. Flatten the back then again. Squeeze your bottom together as you slowly raise the spine one at a time, all the way up into that high bridge position. Again, take a big breath in and breath out, lowering back down, placing the spine bit by bit by bit onto the mat. And roll the hips forward. And then again, place the spine back up towards that high position. Always on the breath out is the movement. Breath in to hold at the top. And breath out, placing the body back down. Just one more in this position. So again, starting flattening the spine into the mat. Picking your spine up one bone at a time. Breath out all the time. Breath in at the top. And then breath out, back down. Great. So then what I want to do is just bring the left knee all the way in towards the chest. The right knee is still bent and the right foot is still on the mat. From this position then just slide your hands in behind the back of the left knee and send the left toes up towards the ceiling. Again, you might have quite a bend on your knee in this position. That's fine. That's your hamstring. We're working on the flexibility, but where we want to get it is quite straight. In this position then, just working that ankle up and down. And then just circling the ankle. Again, staying with your breath, so focusing the breath, drawing into the nose and back out to the mouth. So making sure that ankle you're working in both directions and trying to keep that leg as steady as possible. Just bend that left knee, bring it all the way back into the chest. Now squeeze and bring the right knee in as well. So you're squeezing your two knees all the way into the chest. Make sure your back is fully flat onto the mat. From this position then next, just lower the left foot back down and send the right toes up towards the ceiling. Again, you might find that one side over the other is more flexible. That's absolutely fine. Just make sure that both of your hip bones are firmly in contact with the mat. And then again, just working that ankle up and down first of all. And then working in a circle both directions. So just taking your time with it again, focus on your breath and just do what it feels comfortable to you. Again, this time tuck that right knee into the chest, followed by the left. So you have the two knees all the way in as far as it's comfortable for you. Then the next thing is keep the left leg in as you straighten the right leg fully down onto the mat. Okay, really hug that left knee in. Then again, pop the hands behind the back of the left knee, stretch those toes up towards the sky or the ceiling. The key thing here, the challenge is keeping the right leg dead straight. If you find that right leg starting to bend, you need to come off to stretch this leg, or just simply bend the left knee a little bit. So really send those toes up towards the ceiling again, working through the ankle joint. So really working, focusing on getting full flexibility into the ankle joint, and again circling in both directions. Then again, bend the left knee, hug it all the way into the chest, and bring the right knee in together, hugging the two legs in together. This time take hold of the right knee, keep it in as you straighten the left leg back down. So keeping a nice stretch. Again, the challenge is keeping the opposite leg straight. So the left leg fully straight, so we're hugging in the right knee, and then sending those right toes up towards the ceiling. Again, let's focus on our ankles, and then trying to keep the right leg and the left leg as straight as possible. So again, focus on your breath. A couple little cracks in the ankle joint are all fine. Nothing to be worried about at all. So just work in both directions and up and down once more. Hug that right knee back into the chest, bring the left leg to meet, and just really give the two a nice big squeeze in. A couple little rolls side to side is quite nice as well, just to massage out the low back. Particularly if you've been sitting for a good portion of today, it's really nice to get these kind of twists and bends into the body, moving in different directions. Just coming back to the centre with the two legs tucked in together. Lower your right foot down, but keep the leg bent. Cross the left foot over the right thigh. And you can see here already, I'm just sending my left knee out to the side a little bit more with my left hand. This position might be enough for some of you. Otherwise, just pick the right leg up. Pop the hands under the right knee, and you're just pushing the left knee out to the side with your left elbow a little bit more. Try keep your two hip bones in contact with the mat at all times, and just keep your feet nice and relaxed. So then again, just it's up to you how far you bring your right thigh in towards your chest, but really keeping that stretch. And where we should feel most is the outside of the left buttock. So you're working into your glutes muscle group here, which are really important for running, walking, any kind of squat movement, and they can get quite tight. So really important to keep flexibility equal on both sides. One more breath here in this position, and back out. Placing the right foot back onto the ground, just relax your hands and just bring that left knee all the way to the chest, give it a nice little stretch out, and then just place that foot back onto the ground. So you have the two legs bent, we're just switching sides, so cross the right leg over the left thigh. Again, just push the right knee out with the right hand a little bit to the side, and you'll feel the hip already begin to open up and stretch into the glute muscles. Then just slide the hands under the left thigh, bring that thigh all the way to the chest, and then again just pressing the right knee out with the right elbow. So you might find a bit more of a stretch in one side over the other. That's absolutely fine. It's normal to have a little bit of tightness on one side, but we kind of don't want a big difference between the two. So again, just go back to your breath, really focus on that breath. Breathing all the way into the nose and out through the mouth. Just can really help when things feel a little bit tight or a little bit uncomfortable. You don't want pain when you're stretching, so that's something to be mindful of. Just come off it if there is pain. Just go back to the starting position, might be enough for you today. But again, that can all depend on the day and just how you're feeling or what you've done that day. One more breath into the nose and breath out. Bring the two knees back into the chest and just give them a nice big squeeze again. A couple of little rolls side to side, low back. Just nice and gentle, massaging everything out. Just come back to the centre then. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee and bring your left hand into an L-shaped position on the ground. Send your two legs over to the right side and then just send your gaze towards your left hand. So you're initially twisting your body kind of like as if you're wringing out a towel or a cloth. So you get a nice twist through the body and just focusing on your hand. Then again, just go as far as is comfortable. Just coming back to with the two legs fully up might be enough for you. But otherwise try and get the feet on the ground and your knees as close as you can towards the ground. One more breath in this position. Bring the knees back towards the center. Again, just hug the legs all the way in. Take any tension off the low back. And then just send the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring your hand into an L-shaped position. Look towards your right hand as you send the legs over towards the left hand side. Again, you might find there's more flexibility on one side over the other. That's all fine. Again, just focusing on your breath and looking towards your right hand. One more breath in this position. And breath out. Bring the knees back towards the center again. Give a nice hug into the chest. And last thing is just rolling onto that left side. Take 2 breaths here in this position. One more breath into the nose. And then just pushing up towards the center and coming up to sit. So that's our stretching and mobility session for this evening. Hope you all enjoyed it and got something from it. If anyone has any questions, be sure and stick them in throughout the just pass it in the DMs section of Glenisk and they'll pass them on to me. As I said, there'll be links to the majority of the stretches that we covered there this evening up on the Glenisk website and a couple more articles there as well. So be sure and check them out, and really important to focus on your flexibility as well as all the other exercises you're doing. So hope everyone is staying safe and definitely keep up all the great cooking and exercise. Thanks very much for tuning in and see you all soon. Bye.